Preparation of phenol. So there are certain methods by which we can prepare the phenol. First method is from chlorobenzene. That process is called as Dow process. Okay. So when the benzene ring attached to chlorine, so this product is chlorobenzene. So that chlorobenzene is fused with NaOH, sodium hydroxide, at high temperature and pressure, 623 Kelvin temperature and 150 atmospheric pressure. So what happened? So followed by treatment with dilute HCl to obtain the phenol. So the formula for phenol is benzene ring is attached to OH group. This is the formula for phenol. Okay. And chlorobenzene, when reacts with sodium hydroxide, then at a high temperature and high pressure, then sodium phenoxide is obtained primarily. And when that sodium phenoxide reacts with dilute HCl, then it forms the phenol. So here the reaction is like that. The chlorine is removed by H, this NaOH, NaOH, sodium hydroxide. So what happened? The bond between O and H breaks here. That Na and O becomes ion. All the bonds between sodium, oxygen and hydrogen break. Okay. And after breaking the bond, sodium acquire positive charge, oxygen acquire negative charge and hydrogen acquire positive charge. So this hydrogen is form the bond with the chlorine. So that makes the HCl. That hydrogen form a bond with the help of their electrons, and the chlorine break the bond between carbon of the benzene ring. Okay, so that it make HCl. And that HCl is used further in the reaction. Okay, so the Na and O, from that oxygen is attached to carbon atom, and the Na, that is sodium, is connected to the or forming a bond with the oxygen. So this is ion oxide. This is oxide of sodium. Phenyl ring is there and there is a oxide of sodium. That's why it is called as sodium phenoxide. And the HCl, which is previously made up from the reaction between chlorobenzene and sodium hydroxide. So that HCl is used in a reaction in a second step. So what happened in second step? In second step, that hydrogen removes sodium or replace the sodium. Okay, sodium will be replaced by hydrogen. So oxygen forms a bond with hydrogen, and the place of sodium is taken by hydrogen, and that sodium forms a bond with the chlorine. So the byproduct is sodium chloride. So this reaction is very much complex. So you have to learn that the byproduct of first step is used in a second step. Okay, and the byproduct of second step is NaCl. So in that way, the reaction from chlorobenzene, we can get the phenol. We can get the phenol from reaction of chlorobenzene and sodium hydroxide. But remember that in this reaction, the high temperature and pressure is used, that is 623 Kelvin and 150 atmosphere. So these things is not given in your book, that why there is a requirement of high temperature and pressure for this reaction, because you can think also, but I think the bond between chlorine and carbon is firmly attached, and to break the bond between chlorine and carbon, and to break the bond between sodium, oxygen and hydrogen, there is a requirement of temperature and pressure as a catalyst. And after that, in case second case also, that phenoxide, from that phenoxide sodium can be uh, means there is need to break the bond between oxygen and sodium. So for that reason also, there is a requirement of high temperature and pressure. So this is about the reaction between sodium hydroxide and chlorobenzene, and that process is called as Dawes process. So we move further, that second reaction of preparation of phenol. We already saw in previous lecture the preparation method of alcohol. So you can make a chart and summarize these all reactions in one page. So make that note accordingly. Second is from cumin. Cumin is nothing but, this is the formula of cumin. Okay, this is formula of cumin, that propane is attached to benzene ring, that is the cumin 1, 2 and 3. Okay, propane is attached to benzene ring, and that is the formula for cumin. So that cumin, when reacts with oxygen, means air, in air there is a presence of oxygen, and with the oxygen which is present in air, the cumin reacts. Okay, the catalyst is co-naphthenate, and 423 Kelvin temperature is applied here. So that 2 oxygen is added here, 2 oxygen is added in that carbon, you can see. Okay, this 2 oxygen is added in that carbon atom, or on that carbon atom between the carbon and hydrogen, and cumin hydroperoxide is formed. Okay, so you know that peroxide H2O2. Okay, so here it is just like there is a 2 oxygen, so that's why it is peroxide, and hydro means hydrogen, peroxide in the sense hydroperoxide. This is cumin, this structure is cumin, and this structure is just like a peroxide, that's why the name is cumin peroxide, hydroperoxide. And when further that cumin hydroperoxide reacts with dilute HCl and heat, we can get phenol, and the byproduct is acetone. Okay, we will see how that reaction occurs. So this method is commercial method for preparation of phenol. Means when there is a word commercial, means that in industry that method is used for preparation of phenol, and phenol have certain uses in our daily life. Okay, so there is a production of phenol. Okay, in laboratory also phenol is required for carried out certain experiments. So cumin, that is isopropyl benzene, as the IUPAC name. The second carbon contains that cumin, that phenol group, benzene ring, and that's why it is called as isopropyl. 3 carbon means propyl, isopropyl benzene. So this is the common name of that compound, isopropyl benzene, because the prefix iso is can be we can use iso, that prefix, in case of common name system. That's why it is called as common name. Okay. And cumene is also common name, that is, we can say that the name which is given by certain people at first. Okay. So that cumene on air oxidation, so the reaction, first reaction is oxidation, because there is a addition of oxygen. There is a addition of oxygen, that's why first step or first reaction is addition, sorry, oxidation reaction. So in presence of co-naphthenate gives cumene hydroperoxide. Okay, co-naphthenate is the catalyst. And which on decomposition, so understand this, first is oxidation reaction and second is decomposition reaction. First is oxidation reaction, and this reaction is decomposition reaction. So certain things are not given in your books. Okay, so we have to understand these things. And whatever I told you beside the book, you have to write in your notebook, because these things are very important for competitive exams like NEET, JEE, and whatever the exams which is carried out for the better career of students. So you have to write down these things, and no need to write in board exam, but it can be useful for cracking the exam or solving your MCQs. Okay, solving the MCQs in the exam, so it is very important, so you have to remember that. And that's why I earlier told you that you have to make notes like that, as like the lecture, means just like what I give you the information in lecture, you have to make note of it, because it is very important. So it is very easy to make note from books. Okay, so you can make a notes without lecture at home. But so what uh, so what is the need of me to teach you? So this is the proper solution of it, that whatever I told you, the information you have to write in like way, just like way, जैसे के वैसे लिखना है. Okay, so second reaction is decomposition with dilute acid. So dilute HCl is used and heat is given to the cumene hydroperoxide, and which gives the phenol with acetone as a valuable byproduct. So acetone is also a valuable product, but it is side product or byproduct. The major component of the mixture is phenol, means major component in the sense the quantity wise, means the quantity of phenol is more as compared to acetone in mixture. Okay, and these byproducts can be or this mixture is separated. Okay, phenol is separated and acetone is separated with the help of other suitable purification method. So acetone is formed. So how that reaction occurs? First part already we seen that how the oxygen is added, but in case second part, that there is a breaking of bond of this and this. Two bonds are broken. So this carbon, this CH3 group, this CH3 group, okay, and this oxygen group. When there is a breaking of bond between two oxygen, so the electrons can be withdraw from the bond, and oxygen make a bond with carbon, this carbon. Okay, so the compound is like that. So there is a breaking of bond. Okay, and that bond, after breaking that bond, this oxygen withdraw their electrons from that. Okay, after withdrawing the electrons, it forms, or it share the electrons with carbon. So this form the covalent bond between carbon and oxygen, and that's why it forms the acetone structure. This is acetone. This is ketone because there are two alkyl group. This is one alkyl group and this is another alkyl group, and it is symmetrical ketone because there is a two alkyl group which is similar. So this is acetone, and this removed part, this OH group, is attached to this carbon, so it forms phenol. It forms phenol, and acetone is the byproduct of this reaction. So from cumene there are two steps. First, cumene is oxidized with the help of oxygen which is present in air, and in presence of catalyst co-naphthenate at the temperature 423 Kelvin, and it forms cumene hydroperoxide, and after that there is a decomposition of that hydroperoxide, cumene hydroperoxide. So decomposition in that there is a breaking of bond between two oxygens, and carbon and carbon. Okay, carbon which is present in benzene ring and carbon which is present in hydroperoxide. So after that there is a formation of acetone and phenol. So in that way this is the reaction occur. So next reaction is from benzene sulfonic acid. Benzene sulfonic acid, the formula of benzene sulfonic acid is this is the benzene ring and this is the sulfonic acid. Okay, so that sulfonic acid, there is a neutralization by NaOH. This is sodium hydroxide, and this reaction is neutralization. Neutral, in neutral there are both the charges, so that's why here positive and negative charges are there, and that's why there is a neutralization. And after the neutralization it forms sodium benzene sulfonate. It forms sodium benzene sulfonate, and that sodium benzene sulfonate, when fused with solid NaOH, okay, solid NaOH, it gives sodium phenoxide. And you know the second part of this reaction, sodium phenoxide reacts with dilute HCl, it gives the phenol. Okay, so here 573 Kelvin temperature is used. Okay, here they write the 573 Kelvin, and here they write the 523 Kelvin. So there is a printing mistake of that book. Okay, there is a printing mistake in that. So either printing mistake in that figure or printing mistake in that figure. So whatever it may be, you can search on internet. So uh, you can decide, or it is not a very big thing, it is a minor thing, but you confirm that from the net that which temperature is right. So how the reaction occurs? So here the hydrogen is removed, sodium, oxygen and hydrogen. So there is a breaking of bond, and that sodium goes to here. So SO3 minus and Na plus. That hydrogen removes from that, and that OH combines with H there is a formation of H2O. Major reactions, or in maximum reactions, byproduct is not given. We have to understand that byproducts. So that forms sodium benzene sulfonate, and that sodium benzene sulfonate further reacts with solid NaOH. This is solid NaOH. You can write these minor things in reaction. So it is very easy to understand or remember these things when you write in the reaction. So sodium hydroxide is solid sodium hydroxide at 573 or 523 Kelvin temperature, and further there is a removal of hydrogen from that. Okay, there is a removal of hydrogen, SO2 from that. So here there is a removal of SO2. Okay, so when there is a removal of SO2, there is only one oxygen remaining here and sodium. So oxygen and sodium. So it is the sodium phenoxide, and when it is react with dilute HCl, then it gives phenol. You know that second step, third step. So this reaction is having three steps. First step, this is second step, and this is third step. Okay, then last reaction of the preparation of phenol is from aniline. As you know, the aniline having formula, when NH2 combines with the benzene ring, it is called as aniline, and that aniline reacts with HNO2 in presence of NaNO2 and HCl. It gives benzene diazonium chloride, and when that benzene diazonium chloride heated in presence of water, then we get the phenol. So aniline treated with nitrous acid, this is nitrous acid, HNO2. नाइट्रस एसिड मीन्स NaNO2 प्लस HCl, तो प्रोडक्ट जो तैयार होगा वो होगा HNO2. इन दोनों का कॉम्बिनेशन करके प्रोडक्ट जो तैयार होगा वो होगा HNO2. ओके, नाइट्रस एसिड तैयार होगा एट लो टेम्परेचर टू ऑब्टेन बेंजीन डाइअजोनियम क्लोराइड. तो पहली स्टेप क्या है कि NaNO2 एंड HCl डालना पड़ेगा एनिलिन में, तब उनसे पहले बनेगा HNO2. मतलब HNO2 जो है वो है नाइट्रस एसिड, एंड दैट नाइट्रस एसिड रिएक्ट विथ एनिलिन. ओके, 273 Kelvin temperature, low temperature is used, and we get the benzene diazonium chloride, which on hydrolysis means there is a removal. Okay, gives the phenol. Okay, सो चैप्टर 13 में ये दिया है, देखेंगे हम अगर आगे रिएक्शंस आते हैं उसके, तो ये रेफरेंस आपको मिलेगा वहाँ पे. तो ये रिएक्शन कैसे होती है वो देखेंगे पहले. तो ये रिएक्ट होता है इससे, तो यहाँ पे ये जो N है ये कंबाइन होता है तो बनता है N2. ओके, बाकी का निकल जाता है, यहाँ से H2 निकलेगा, यहाँ से O2 निकलेगा, यहाँ से एक H निकलेगा. ओके, और यहाँ से ये जो क्लोरीन है ये अटैच होगा यहाँ पे. मतलब HNO3 भी यूज करना है और ये दोनों भी यूज करना है, तो इन दोनों से ये तो बनेगा, पर क्लोरीन तो है ना रिएक्शन में, ये क्लोरीन थोड़ी ना निकाला गया है, तैयार तो हुआ है पर बाय प्रोडक्ट में क्लोरीन बचा है, तो ये क्लोरीन भी यहाँ पे अटैच होगा. तो N2NCl बाय प्रोडक्ट जो है वो इतने मायने नहीं रखते और उन्होंने भी नहीं दिए हैं, तो N2Cl ये तैयार होगा. और ये जो N2Cl है ये कंप्लीटली निकल जाएगा, और OH जो है मतलब H2O में से जो OH है वो यहाँ पे अटैच होगा, और जो H है वो कुछ कॉम्बिनेशन फॉर्म करेगा N2Cl से. ओके, HCl बनेगा देखो यहाँ पे क्या बन रहा है, मैं बताता हूँ। H2O मतलब H-OH, ये जो है ये OH यहाँ पे आएगा। एक्चुअल में हाइड्रोलिसिस नहीं यूज करना चाहिए वर्ड, हाइड्रेशन यूज करना चाहिए। हाइड्रेशन, डिहाइड्रेशन मतलब वाटर रिमूव होना, और हाइड्रेशन मतलब वाटर का एडिशन करना। तो यहाँ पे वाटर को ऐड कर रहे हैं हम, हाइड्रोलाइसिस नहीं कर रहे हैं, हाइड्रेशन कर रहे हैं। तो इस बुक में भी ये पहला साल होने के वजह से कुछ प्रिंटिंग मिस्टेक है, वो ध्यान में आते हैं। और अगर हमने देखा पहले कि टेम्परेचर के बारे में भी दो दो टेम्परेचर है, रिएक्शन में अलग टेम्परेचर दिखाया है और डिस्क्रिप्शन में अलग टेम्परेचर दिया है, तो ये थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट करता है। और इसमें भी कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट हो रहा है क्योंकि हमारे कंसेप्ट जो है वो क्लियर है कि हाइड्रोलाइसिस मतलब एक तो हाइड्रोजन को रिमूव करना या H2O या वाटर को रिमूव करना, और हाइड्रेशन मतलब एडिशन करना। तो यहाँ पे तो एडिशन हो रही है ना, यहाँ पे रिमूवल कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है, रिएक्शन में दिख रहा है हमको सामने। तो ये मिस्टेक है, थोड़ा बहुत मिस्टेक होता है, नया बुक है तो वो आ जाएगा रिपेयर होके या इम्प्रूव्ड होके। तो ये हाइड्रेशन हो रहा है, यहाँ पे OH यहाँ पे अटैच होगा, और ये जो H है ये H कंबाइन होगा Cl से, तो बनेगा HCl, बनेगा HCl। और ये जो N2 है ये बाय प्रोडक्ट गैस है, ऊपर एरो है मतलब गैस रिलीज होगा उस रिएक्शन में। तो इस तरह से ये कंप्लीट रिएक्शन है फ्रॉम एनिलीन। तो इस तरह से हमने फेनॉल का जो प्रिपरेशन मेथड है वो हमने देखा। ओके, तो उसके कुछ फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज है, वो फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज भी हम देखेंगे। तो पहली फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टी जो है वो है नेचर ऑफ इंटरमॉलिक्यूलर फोर्सेस। तो अल्कोहल की और फेनॉल्स की दोनों की फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज हम देखते हैं कॉम्बिनेशन में। तो पहली प्रॉपर्टी है नेचर ऑफ इंटरमॉलिक्यूलर फोर्सेस। अल्कोहल्स एंड फेनॉल्स आर वेरी पोलर मॉलिक्यूल, बहुत ही पोलर मॉलिक्यूल है। ड्यू टू प्रेजेंस, क्यों पोलर मॉलिक्यूल है, तो OH प्रेजेंट होता है उनमें, OH हाइड्रोक्सिल ग्रुप प्रेजेंट होने की वजह से वो पोलर है। तो polar OH group are held together by strong intermolecular forces. So these OH groups can be held together or held together with the help of strong intermolecular bond or forces. So that bond is nothing but the hydrogen bond, and hydrogen bonding is strong. Hydrogen bonding is strong. So what is the nature of intermolecular forces? Intermolecular means the forces which is present between the two molecule is called as intermolecular. So what is the nature? So nature is hydrogen bonding. There is a hydrogen bond between the two molecules. So that's why they are stronger, or the nature is polar. So this is alcohol and this is phenol. So this is the intermolecular hydrogen bonding, oxygen and hydrogen, then oxygen. So there is a bonding between oxygen, hydrogen, oxygen, hydrogen. In that way there is a bonding between oxygen and hydrogen or molecules. So same in case of phenol. So this is the first property, physical property, that is intermolecular forces. The nature of that, there is a hydrogen bonding, and that's why there is a polarity or polar nature. Second is physical state. Lower alcohols are colorless, toxic liquid having characteristic odor. Pure phenol is colorless, toxic, low melting solid having characteristic carbolic और phenolic odor. तो फेनोलिक या कार्बोलिक ओडर को एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सकता मैं, वो ओडर लेके ही पता चलेगा कि कार्बोलिक या फेनोलिक ओडर कैसे होती है। तो आप जो क्लीनर होता है बाथरूम में वो फेनॉल या ऐसे कुछ तो भी बना हुआ होता है, तो वो उसकी ऑर्डर अगर आप लेंगे तो आपको समझ जाएगा कि कार्बोलिक ऑर्डर या फेनोलिक ऑर्डर कैसे होती है। तो इस तरह से ये फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टी है कि लोअर अल्कोहल जो है वो कलरलेस टॉक्सिक लिक्विड होते हैं और कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स उसका ऑर्डर होता है या अल्कोहलिक ऑर्डर होता है। और प्योर अल्कोहल जो है वो प्योर फेनॉल जो है वो कलरलेस होता है, टॉक्सिक होता है, उसका मेल्टिंग पॉइंट लो होता है एंड उसको कार्बोलिक या फेनोलिक स्मेल होती है। बॉइलिंग पॉइंट देखा जाए तो बॉइलिंग पॉइंट ऑफ अल्कोहल एंड फेनॉल इंक्रीजेज विथ इंक्रीज इन मॉलिक्यूलर मास। उनका जब मॉलिक्यूलर मास बढ़ता है तो उनका जो बॉइलिंग पॉइंट है वो भी बढ़ता है। मॉलिक्यूलर मास कैसे बढ़ेगा या देखते हैं हम। तो ये देखो, जैसे मास बढ़ेगा मतलब अलग अलग एलिमेंट्स जो है, जैसे कि मिथिल अल्कोहल, इथिल अल्कोहल, तो उनका जो मॉलिक्यूलर मास मतलब जो फॉर्मूला है वो बढ़ेगा ना। देखो आप, मिथिल में दो एक ही कार्बन है तो इथिल में दो कार्बन है, तो यहाँ पे मॉलिक्यूलर मास बड़ा है ना, as compared to methyl alcohol, the ethyl alcohol having the more molecules, that's why their molecular mass is more as compared to methyl alcohol, and propyl alcohol is more than ethyl and methyl alcohol. Isopropyl and butyl alcohol is more molecular mass as compared to these four. Okay, so as the molecular mass increases, okay, there is a increase in boiling point. Okay, so as you observed, 65, 78, 97, 83, 118, 108, 99.5. So accordingly, or uh, uh, the molecular mass, as the molecular mass increases or as the structure of the molecular mass, there is a increase or decrease of molecule boiling point. Okay, so melting point is also increase or decrease. Okay, so this is the solubility. This property is solubility. We will see next property is solubility. So you can see the chart, or you later on you have to see the chart. So next property is solubility. Phenol and lower alcohol up to 3 carbon. Lower alcohol means what? The alcohol which contains 3 carbon is called as lower alcohols. Up to 3 carbon means 1 carbon, 2 carbon and 3 carbon. Up to 3 carbon, that so phenol and lower alcohol having up to 3 carbon, these are the lower alcohols. Show appreciable solubility in water. तो लोअर अल्कोहल की जो solubility है वाटर में वो अच्छी होती है ड्यू टू देयर एबिलिटी टू फॉर्म इंटरमोलिकुलर हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग विथ वाटर मॉलिक्यूल। तो वाटर मॉलिक्यूल से इंटरमोलिकुलर हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग फॉर्म करने की वजह से ये जो उनकी प्रॉपर्टी है, क्योंकि वो पोलर है ना, फिनॉल अल्कोहल जो है वो पोलर है, पोलर होने के वजह से वाटर भी पोलर है, तो पोलर और पोलर दोनों का मिक्सचर जो सॉल्यूट एंड सॉल्वेंट है वो पोलर होने के वजह से अच्छे से एक दूसरे में डिजोल्व हो सकते हैं। पोलर नॉन पोलर का डिजोल्यूशन होता नहीं अच्छे तरीके से, पर पोलर पोलर का होता है और नॉन पोलर का भी डिजोल्यूशन अच्छे तरीके से होता है। तो ये देख सकते हो आप इंटरमोलिकुलर हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग का स्ट्रक्चर। ओके, तो इस तरह से ये सॉल्युबिलिटी की प्रॉपर्टी हमने देखी कि सॉल्युबिलिटी जो है फिनॉल एंड लोअर अल्कोहल्स की वो अच्छी होती है वाटर में। हायर अल्कोहल और फिनॉल के बारे में कुछ बोला नहीं जा सकता, यहाँ पे दिया नहीं इन्होंने कि कैसे उनकी सॉल्युबिलिटी रहेगी। ओके, तो इस तरह से हमने जो फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज जो है और प्रिपरेशन मेथड है वो हमने कंप्लीट की।